St. Mark's Basilica, or Basilica di San Marco, sits in the center of Venice in a large square called Piazza San Marco, or St. Mark's Square. The church is almost 1,000 years old. It was first built in 1063, but its story begins even earlier. Long ago, a man named St. Mark the Evangelist wrote part of the Bible. He was a Christian teacher who traveled to share his beliefs. Legend says that one night, while in Egypt, St. Mark had a dream that an angel told him Venice would one day be his final resting place. Years later, 2 Venetian merchants traveled to Egypt and brought back what they believed were St. Mark's remains. The people of Venice were overjoyed and built a small church to honor him. As Venice grew rich from trade, the people decided to build a grander, more beautiful basilica to show their love for St. Mark and their pride in their city. Construction began in 1063, and the work continued for hundreds of years as artists and builders added mosaics, sculptures, and decorations. The basilica's design is like a mix of worlds. Venice was a city of travelers and traders, so its art shows influences from many places: Byzantine designs from Turkey, Islamic patterns from the Middle East, and Gothic details from Europe. The church is shaped like a cross and topped with 5 large domes. Inside every dome glows with golden mosaics that tell stories from the Bible, like the life of Jesus and scenes from St. Mark's adventures. A mosaic is a picture made from thousands of tiny pieces of colored glass, and when sunlight shines through the windows, the whole church sparkles. As you walk through the basilica, your eyes are drawn to the floor, a swirling mix of colorful marble stones brought from faraway lands like Egypt, Syria, and Greece. Every inch of the building is covered in art. Step outside, and the front of the church is just as stunning. Statues of saints, angels, and animals line the top arches. But one detail stands out: the 4 bronze horses that seem to gallop across the balcony. These horses of St. Mark are over 2,000 years old. They were brought to Venice from Constantinople, modern-day Istanbul, in the 1200s. Later, when Napoleon Bonaparte invaded Italy, he took the horses to Paris, but they were returned after his defeat. The ones you see outside today are copies. The originals are kept safely inside the basilica. Next to the basilica stands its famous bell tower, the Campanile di San Marco. It's almost 100 meters tall. From the top, you can see the entire city and the sparkling blue sea that surrounds it. The tower has been rebuilt several times, most recently after it suddenly collapsed in 1902. Luckily, no one was hurt, and the Venetians rebuilt it exactly as it was before. For hundreds of years, St. Mark's Basilica has been at the heart of life in Venice. Crowds have gathered there for parades, festivals, and important ceremonies. The Doge, the ruler of Venice, had his own private entrance into the basilica and attended special events that celebrated the city's power and independence. Even today, people from all over the world come to visit St. Mark's. Some come to pray, others to admire its golden beauty, and many to learn about Venice's incredible past. Inside its walls, you can almost hear the whispers of history, the footsteps of artists, travelers, and leaders who helped shape the city.